What's up, Max Ordinate Nation? It is Friday, April 14th. Want to get this training video out for you guys. We'll try to keep it short. I put together a new target, something for you to work on at the range, right? Not all training goals have to be these large, illustrious, like, oh, I want to go out and I want to get really great at shooting tripod. Yeah, we all do, right? But there's small steps that you can take to get there. So one of these small details that often gets overlooked is the positional aiming, right? How to get better positionally aiming your rifle. So that's one target that I put together for you. And I also wanted to talk about the natural point of aim drill and what it's supposed to look like, what you can get out of it, and different ways that you can run it. I'm getting ready to start this military urban sniper course. And one of the first things that we're going to do is run the natural point of aim drill. But I'm going to run it slightly different this time. And I want to use it as an example of why it's so important. So I'm going to get started. If you're listening to the audio only version, I'll try to be as descriptive as possible. You might want to go check out the YouTube channel, or if you are a Patreon subscriber, jump on the Patreon and go to the VIP section, look at the video. This will be the only version of the training episode. So we're going to release one of these every Friday so you have something to focus on over the weekend. This will be the only week where it's free. After this, it'll be Apple-based subscription, or you can find it on Patreon if you're a VIP member. Okay. So first, talking about natural point of aim. We'll just start there. I downloaded one of my YouTube videos. I did this, I believe, 4 or 5 years ago, 2018, 2019 timeframe. And we've had this target for a long time. I think since the inception of Max Ordinate Academy in 2013, this has been one of the foundational drills that our students will run. So we partnered with Macmillan probably 5-6 years ago, and we named this target after them. It's been online. It's under our free online tutorial section. So you can go to the website, maxordinate.com. You can download this drill and you can run it for free, right? So natural point of aim. Anytime you and the rifle are connected, you have a natural point of aim. It's just the way that it is. You may not have the best body positioning, you may not have the best body alignment, but the moment you and that rifle are connected, there is a natural point of aim. So let's, as previously discussed in other issues, let's not get confused with natural point of aim has anything to do with our recoil management. It doesn't. Natural point of aim allows us to aim at the target naturally without fighting the gun. And that's how you and the rifle are connected, and then finding where that natural point of aim is, and then adjusting your body to aim at the target, right? So that was kind of the purpose behind the positional drills, is to get you more focused on moving your body to aim at the target, right? When stress, when time, when competition, when anxiety, when all of these feelings creep up on you, it's easy to just muscle the gun, to move your upper body, to move your arms, to force the rifle to aim at the target and bam, press that shot, right? So think about it like this. When are you a professional? You're a professional not when you can do what it is that you set out to do, right? If I want to get behind the rifle and achieve natural point of aim and take a shot and hit center bullseye, just because I've done it once doesn't make me a professional. When I can do it consistently, repeatedly, and on demand, that's when I'm a professional. So just because you've done it once doesn't mean shit. You have to continue this process, constantly perfecting your craft and trying to build this fundamental so that you can do it whenever the time calls, whenever you need it, for whatever purpose. So I will share this video of me running this drill. I tried to shorten it as much as possible. If you look at the YouTube version, it's a little over 5 minutes. It's a 5-shot drill. I cut it down to about 1.5 minutes so that you're only seeing the shots that I'm taking. And it's a good video. I will blow up the version that I put online so that you could see the target. I had a phenomenal group. The last shot got away from me. I think the overall size of this 5-round group is somewhere in the ballpark of half MOA with that flyer. Before that, before that flyer, if we just do the industry standard and we take out that last little guy and we put our finger over it, right, it easily be a quarter MOA group. And I'll talk about what was going on while I was shooting. So here's a video.
Now it's time to run the natural point of aim drill.
I'm talking about
this one blows people's minds.
Point of aim drill. There's a picture of what it looks like. So here I am. I'm in position. I'm in the prone. You can see I'm behind the rifle. Now, a couple things that I would have liked to have changed if I could go back to 5-6 years ago is, one, I'd probably elevate my bipods a little bit more. As you can see, the stock is not as high as I'd like it. On top of that, my rear bag control, that first shot right there, my rear bag control is not where I want it, because my reticle is popping up after recoil about 1 mil. I think that last shot was 1.2. So here's my second shot. Got my eyes closed, breathe, boom. Reticle goes nearly straight up and it's about the same amount, 1.2 mils. It's outside of my preferred recoil bubble. That one's about 0.8. So that shot, that muzzle elevated. So I'm trying to fix things that I'm doing in between shots, right? I'm aiming at the target. Again, muzzle pops up about 1 mil after recoil. So I'm hovering on the edge of the recoil bubble that I talk about trying to keep yourself in so much. Ultimately, it was a good drill. I ran everything the way that I wanted. I didn't break my position. The only thing is obviously bipods being extended so that I could get the buttstock a little higher up on the collarbone. That probably would have helped with my vertical muzzle rise. And then having better rear bag control, having better support in the back. But ultimately, I'm not mad about it, right? For one, yes, I had vertical rise of 1 mil. I'm doing the natural point of aim drill. My eyes are closed. So these are things that I obviously need to work on, is tightening up that recoil bubble for this particular drill. There's other drills that I've run where I have a much smaller recoil bubble. The one thing I'm extremely proud of and I'm excited or happy with in terms of grading myself is that every time I took a shot, the reticle moved vertical. It didn't go right, it didn't go left. So that tells me that my buttstock placement was consistent for damn near every shot. I didn't have a 2 mil jump to the left or a 2 mil jump to the right. It was all vertical, right? So that is one area where I'm like, okay, I got a positive out of this. Next one is, how do I improve the vertical movement, right? And that's all about understanding recoil management and how you're going to soak up that energy, right? And it's all about buttstock placement. So if I run this drill again, film it, throw it on YouTube, I would set the bipods higher. I would manipulate the bag in the back a little bit better, maybe apply a little more pressure on that firing hand. Again, this was 5 or 6 years ago, so I'm not really sure how much pressure I was applying, but I have the video to back up that the drill is possible. And I've seen some shooters shoot their best drills ever when their eyes are closed, because you can only focus on the fundamentals. So with that being said, how am I going to change this drill for the military urban sniper course that I'm about to run? It's very simple. Normally, we will have our students every single day that we're on the firing range. They will run through basically a reinforcement drill. I used to call them warm-up drills. A friend of mine, another instructor, was like, we should call them reinforcement. We're reinforcing the fundamentals. And I thought it was a great idea. So Gus, kudos to you for throwing that out there. Now, what are we going to do different? Well, this time, the very first time these gentlemen run this drill, and maybe periodically throughout the 5 weeks that we're training together, I'm going to have them lay down, get into the prone position, build up their position, aim at the target, center, right? Aim center of the target. And it'll probably just be 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, kind of like the one that you're watching on the video, with just one aiming point. And I'm going to have them close their eyes. Once they're on target, close their eyes, breathe, exhale, fire. What's different? Well, I'll tell you what's different is I'm not giving them a chance to check and verify and adjust their natural point of aim. I want to see where it's at. Where do they think their natural point of aim is the moment they get into position. That's what I want to know. That's what I'm interested in. So again, going back, 2 different ways to run this drill. One, I want to find out what they think their natural point of aim is. So we get them in a position, they build, they get the rear bag in place, they settle down, they're focused on the reticle, they're aiming at the target. Close your eyes, inhale, exhale, breathe. Close your eyes, inhale, exhale, breathe. We'll do 3 or 4 shots. And then we'll have a good picture of where everybody thinks their natural point of aim is and how to better correct it. And then we'll go through and we'll run the drill that it's designed, where they will build their position, they'll get their buttstock placement set correctly, they'll close their eyes, they'll breathe, they'll open, they'll see where the reticle has moved to when they relax, they'll adjust their body, right? So there's 2 different ways that we're going to run this drill, but I'm really interested to see where their natural point of aim is before we start to fine tune things. These guys have been shooting for years. They're not beginning snipers, right? Some of them may have just gone to school recently, but ultimately they've been trained. So now it's time to fine tune it, right? It's to have a better understanding of these fundamentals. So I will share what the target looks like really fast before we jump to the other video. This is the natural point of aim target, right? It's 1 diamond. You're aiming at the center, got little rings around it to tell you if you're 1 m away, if you're 2 m away. Some of the other issues you might run into while you are attempting to run this drill, right? You could have the best natural point of aim you've ever had. You close your eyes, you breathe, you exhale, you open, boom, you're still on target. You're like, damn, this is amazing. And then you close your eyes, you inhale, you exhale, you press, and your shot is like 1 or 2 m away, 0.3, 0.4 m away to the right. And you're like, what the frick happened? Don't forget that because your eyes are closed, you cannot manually correct mistakes that you make with grip, trigger press, all of those things, pressing your face too hard into the stock. All of these little details matter, right? So when your eyes are closed and you're ready to take that shot, you really have to focus on what does your finger feel on that trigger? Are you pressing straight to the rear? Do you have that 90-degree trigger bend, right? All of these little details matter. So when you're doing this drill, whether you're doing 3 shots, you're doing 5 shots, don't do 1 shot. Anybody could get lucky once. 1 shot is it's called fear, right? If you're only doing 1 shot, it's because you're afraid that the other 2 shots might not line up. Do 3, do 4, do 5 shots. Show yourself that you can do this time and time again, or show yourself that you got problems and you need to fix them. So for those 5 shots, for those 3 shots, whatever it is, you're in the zone. Nobody can mess with you. Nobody's around. People might be talking. You don't hear them. You are focused on you. You're focused on your breathing. You're focused on the stock placement. You're focused on the pressure you're applying to the grip. You're focused on the 90-degree trigger press. You're focused on how your finger is resting on the trigger. What do you feel? If you're running a trigger tech, do you feel the left side of the trigger? Do you feel the right side of the trigger? If you're running a Remington or some type of curved Timney trigger, do you feel the middle of the trigger? Do you feel the spine? Like, what do you feel? You need to be so in tune with this rifle that you know there's no mistakes being made with all the other fundamentals, and you're merely testing your natural point of aim. So one of my favorite drills for a very long time. I love it. I like watching people do it. And here is the new target that I've set up. I'll put this on the website. It'll be free to download. And what it is it's a positional target, right? Now, when I say positional, I don't mean like you're shooting off of a tripod or a barricade or some type of alternate position. You could shoot this prone. The point here is that you are forcing yourself to move your body. And I'll get into what that means. Let me show you the target. So here's the target. You've got a center diamond, and then you've got 4 diamonds around the corner of the paper. All of these targets can be printed on 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So let's focus on the center diamond. Number 1, they got big ass numbers so that you can't mistake what order you're supposed to go in. And there's a reason that we're going in this order, right? And maybe I'll flip flop it. I'll have 1 in the center, 2 in the top left, 3 in the top right, 4 in the bottom right, 5 on the bottom left. Again, right now, I'm just focused on forcing you to move your body. So at the top, you can see some directions. It says position and natural point of aim trainer. Shoot the diamonds in sequence, meaning shoot 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Okay. Minimum 2 shots. For each diamond, minimum 2 shots. Once you're in position, it could be prone, it could be tripod, it could be some type of alternate position, some type of barricade, a shopping cart, a tire, who cares? Focus on aiming at each target by only moving your body and bone support structure. So I aim at target number 1. I get settled, I get in my position. Let's say we're prone. We'll keep it simple. We're in the prone position, target number 1. I'm aimed in, I feel good. I got my elbows in the right position. I exhale, the reticle stops in the center of the target. Everything is great. I apply trigger pressure, press, 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 boom. Shot goes off. I'm inside that 1 MOA diamond, perfect. Now, specifically for diamond number 1, I put a 7.2 inch square around that target. That is your recoil bubble. When we talk about recoil management and having a 1 mil recoil bubble, well, that is 1 mil from the center of target number 1 all the way around. That is 1 mil. So you should be focused on having the right buttstock placement, having the right recoil management, so that your reticle stays inside that box for target number 1. Okay, so then we shoot our second shot. Boom, everything's good. We got good recoil management. We got 2 shots inside the number 1 box. Everything's great, right? Now we go to target number 2, top left corner. Well, how do we get there? How do we get there without just moving our arms or sliding our elbows? We got to move our whole body. And the target's also higher than number 1, right? So now the rear bag, your elbows got to widen out. Your rear bag's got to sink down a little bit. So it's forcing you to move your hips to the right so that the muzzle will go left. It's also forcing you to widen your elbows a little bit so that your chest gets lowered to the ground and the muzzle rises. So then you engage target number 2 once you've done all of your positional adjustments. And then you got to go to position number 3. So now you slide over to position number 3, which means your hips got to go left so that the muzzle and reticle will go to the right. And then you got to go down to the left to number 4 and then over to the right to number 5. So this entire target is designed so that you are forcing yourself to move your body. Okay. That is the training tip for this weekend that I wanted to focus on. Now, I've got another photo here that I want to show you. Again, if you're only listening, I'll try to describe it as best possible, but I do suggest that you go and check out the video so you can get a better understanding. So here is the photo. This is my man, Gus. He was my model for the day. So if you look at the left side of the photo, he's on a tripod. He's got the rifle shouldered. He's got his left hand locked down on the left leg, right? And then I've got some arrows in there. So what I'm trying to show you is that when you move your feet forward or back, that is adjusting the position of the reticle vertically. So if I'm on a tripod and I'm aiming at the center diamond on that target, and when I exhale, the reticle goes above my target, then I'm not in a good position, right? If I force the reticle down with my arms, now I'm muscling the gun. What I want is to use my bone structure to help me aim. So I bring my feet closer to the tripod, which means my upper body is pushing the buttstock up, which is bringing the muzzle down, which is what we want, right? So we're using our body in these positions to change our aiming point. Feet moving forward, muzzle comes down. Feet moving away from the tripod, muzzle comes up. So now you have to fine tune these positions to build a steady platform to get rid of that wobble, to get your good natural point of aim, to get your good bone structure, to get solid aiming techniques and improve them. The right photo is a picture from the back of Gus where it shows left and right arrows. If I want the muzzle to move right, then Gus needs to move his body to the left, right? So you can see how moving your body around changes the way that you aim. And that's the goal here. That's the whole purpose of this drill, is to force you to move your body to aim. If your reticle needs to go low, move your feet closer. If your reticle needs to go high, move your feet away. And this is obviously specifically for tripod or barricade or something like that you're shooting, right? Focusing on bone support, muscle relaxation, natural point of aim, but how do you utilize your body to aim? That's the practice here. In the prone position, your elbows are controlling the height. You're building bone structure from your rib cage and your elbows. So if you need your reticle to go down, then your elbows have to come closer. If you need your reticle to go up, then your chest has to get lower to the ground and your elbows need to go out. So I hope this target benefits you in some way. This is obviously a skill set that I believe is often overlooked, but it is one that is very, very important. So have fun, download the target, hit the range, tag Max Ordinate in any of your social media posts. If you go out and you try this drill, send me an email, send me a DM, slide into those DMs, baby. Let me know how it went. If you got any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I am not unreachable, even though I'm in a different time zone. Hit me up and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I promise you that. Until next time, I thank you guys for watching, for listening. Jump on that Patreon, YouTube, subscribe, all of the things that Jeph normally says. I wish he was here right now, but unfortunately, I lost him to golf. Of all things, I've lost Jeph to golf, but you still got me, and that's enough, right? All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you. Till next time, this is Tyler, and I'm out of here.